said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace. Tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards. They don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like
as y'all can tell, this is my favorite song right now.
the boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the fence. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated?
Hey, make sure y'all thumb up the video as y'all come up in the joint. You want to thumb up the video, like the video.
Credit card, but God check the balance. I come from where it's reference while my heart callous. They want you to fall weak. It's a war tactic. Look how we live.
I love black people. Let me tell you how much I love black people. I'm so used to seeing Grand Rising. I seen a sister. The sister just said, Cap, Rich Risings. One thing black people gonna remix how we say good morning. Grand Rising, Rich Rising, King Rising, Queen Rising, every other rising. How do y'all say good night? So if it's Rich Risings to say good morning, how do you say good night? That's a real question. I want to know how you say good night.
They just get rich, life a bitch. Why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah,
you don't know how I feel to be black.
Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Listen, when you say grand closing, I think that goes with Grand Rising. I have to come up. Yeah, God has said, yeah, you got to come up with something. Rich Risings. Is it poor nights? I don't like. How do you go to sleep off of Rich Risings? Like break that down. Grand melatonin. That's funny. But welcome to another edition of Car Chronicles. Hey, somebody was sending me this. Somebody sent me a post. I don't know how to really respond to the post that they sent me. So apparently, in North Korea, they doing blackface. Is it North Korea? I think Karab sent me this earlier. In North Korea, they doing blackface. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I mean, when I see it, sometimes when I see this blackface stuff, it makes me want to check black people when I see blackface stuff. What I mean by that is when I see the blackface, sometimes when I see what white people do to us, it makes me angry at black people because black people are still going to make excuses. They're going to be they're going to be the biggest fighters. Like lately. That's why I'm thankful that, y'all remember when I did that Matan show? When I did that Matan show, what made that show one of the best shows that I've rather so far, is that I was able to totally just attack white people all day without having a black provocateur in the way. I just dropped a hint just now, just so y'all know of what I got coming up. I just dropped a hint for those that were paying attention to yesterday's live stream. I just dropped a hint. But there's no black provocateur in the way. So there was no black person in the way saying, no, 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 no. Let me play this video. Let me see if I can find it. I put this video on I think I put this video on my Instagram yesterday. Let me see if I did. If I did, I'm gonna play it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I want y'all to listen to this video.
If Martin Luther King, Roy Wilkins, or any of these compromising Negroes who say exactly what the white man wants to hear is interviewed anywhere in the country, you don't get anywhere in the country, you don't get anybody to offset what they say. But whenever a black man stands up and says something that white people don't like, then the first thing that white man does is run around to try and find somebody to say something to offset what has just been said. This is natural.
I want y'all to listen to what he said again. I'm gonna bring it back, and I want y'all to listen to what he said because it's the 100% truth.
If Martin Luther King, Roy Wilkins, or any of these compromising Negroes who say exactly what the white man wants to hear is interviewed anywhere in the country, you don't get anybody to offset what they say. But whenever...
Now, you heard what he said? This is Malcolm X talking. Like, listen, one thing, listen, them Malcolm, they got some quotables. Malcolm X said, when Martin Luther King or any of them black people say something on the side of white people, there is never a black person to speak against it in the moment. They're able to say it freehand. No debate, no controversy, no nothing. Watch I play the rest of it now.
Anywhere in the country, you don't get anybody to offset what they say. But whenever a black man stands up and says something that white people don't like, then the first thing that white man does is run around to try and find somebody to say something to offset what has just been said. This is natural.
It don't get no more realer than that. It's another one when I think I said, this is how you identify a coon. People don't like that word coon, but there's a lot of coon-ass niggas out here. And that's facts. You got to get over it and deal with it. I don't think I have. What I said, I think I might have posted how you identify a coon. And I said, how you identify a coon, I said, this is what I said. Now, this is before I saw the Malcolm X clip. Before I saw the Malcolm X clip, this is what I said, how you identify a coon. I said, why is it when a white person, hold on one second. I said, why is it when a white person brings out black crimes, there isn't another white person arguing with them saying, white people commit crimes too, but black people do it to other black people every time? That's how you find who the coon is. You want to identify the coon? You find out who, when you having a conversation, and every time you talk about what white people are doing to black, when a black person immediately runs to what black people are doing to each other, that's the coon. Because the subject is not what black people are doing to each other. If the subject is about what black people are doing to black people, then fine, that's what we talk about. But if the subject is about what white people are doing to blacks, then just leave it there. And this is how you know they're coons. Because they're not saying that white people don't do what they're doing to blacks. But what they are saying is that white people should be able to do it to blacks because blacks do it to blacks. That's what makes you a coon. If the coons ever want to know why you're a coon, that's why you're a coon. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Chicago, Daryl.
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
A comment. So I come from a Christian background, Missionary Baptist 69th and Union, south side of Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And it's very interesting. When I used to go to Moody Bible Institute, straight out of high school, I grew up in the church. I will say brainwashed for the sake of the conversation,
right? Because
that's what it is. So we never looked at each other as coons. For the sake of the conversation, we never knew about Hebrew Israelite doctrine. We never knew about us being
You talk about why you were
Hebrew.
Christians?
Yes, we never heard about why we were Hebrew Israelites. We never heard about that.
Right.
What I heard about at Moody Bible Institute was covenantalism versus another doctrine called I forget the doctrine, but it's covenantalism versus something else. But that's beside the point. Now that I've gone to the truth, I joined the military. It's like
When you say gone to the truth
we are.
and join the military, are you saying Americans military, or what military are you talking about?
When I joined the military, I got away from the church.
Okay, so
Like
when you
I
join,
stopped going to.
got you. So when you join America's military, you got away because you mentioned the truth. So that's what I'm trying to see how that lines up. You said when you got the truth.
So I started hearing about the Hebrew Israelite doctrine on YouTube.
Right.
Start hearing about you and other different, ISUPK and other different doctrines like Israel of God. And so I was pretty lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so after you heard that, you left the church, but then you joined the military.
Yeah, I joined the military, and now I'm in this middle ground, right? And so I went to Japan. I married this Filipino girl. She only liked black dudes. I always loved black women, but so I grew up in Chicago. So unless you a dope boy.
Now hold on a second. Now, two things you said that's real weird to me, right? And you sound like a grown man that can handle conversation. First thing you said
okay,
was,
yeah, for sure.
appreciate it. So you gonna tell me out your mouth that you married a Filipino dude, she only liked black dudes, but then you only loved black women, but you married the Filipino woman? That
I did. I swear.
That ain't lining up. That ain't lining up. I'm gonna call you a liar. You do not love black women.
Can we please have a conversation?
We are having a conversation.
Can we please have a back and forth?
No.
Can I tell you something?
We are having a back and forth.
Please, sir.
Wait. Before you do that, though, brother.
Please.
We are having a back and forth. I'm just saying you're a liar, but you can continue. I just don't agree. I just don't believe you. But you can respond, though, freely. You can say whatever you want freely, brother.
That hurts me because I didn't hear about the truth before I met the current wife that I'm with right now.
Right.
I didn't hear it.
Right.
So once I heard it, if I would have heard the truth before, I would never be in this marriage.
Okay,
I would never be in it.
So don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. I'm not saying what I said for you to be ashamed of the marriage you're in. That's not why I said what I said. I said what I said because you said you always loved black women. I've always loved black women. I've only married black women. So when I hear a man say, like if I heard a woman say, I always loved black men, and she say she married a Filipino man, I'm gonna call her a liar too. That's out the truth. That's not that. The truth has nothing to do with your statement. Because
I see what you're saying. Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? Your statement has nothing to do with the Bible, has nothing to do with Israel. You said you always loved black women, but you married a Filipino. Now, that's why I'm saying, don't be ashamed. I mean, if you chose to marry that Filipino because you didn't know you're only supposed to marry within your tribe. So here's a better way. What it sounds like.
I didn't know.
Here's what it sounds like what you're saying. Let me say this. I think I got it. Here's what it sounds like what you're saying. You love black women, but when you was in the military and you're overseas, because you're not knowing we're supposed to stay within your tribe, you fell in love with this Filipino woman. And then you find out after you married a Filipino woman that you're supposed to stay within your tribe. Does that sound about right?
Yes and no. Can I say this just one tad bit of information?
Yeah.
I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I miss my cousin to this day. You know, he died from a police officer pulled him over, and he was selling drugs. He took the drugs, and he overdosed. And
Right.
so I grew up on the south side like that.
Okay.
I wasn't a drug dealer, so I was considered a square or a nerd. So black girls in that time, I'm not gonna say all of them, but the one I grew up with, they didn't like black dudes like me.
What
So I grew up in
what
Chicago.
when you say black dudes like you, was it your complexion? Was it your lifestyle? Like what didn't they like about you?
It was lifestyle because I didn't sell drugs. I was in the sports. I was in the
Okay.
stuff like that. They like guys who sold drugs. That's just the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the 99th and Loomis. This was by the Wild Wild Hundreds
When
in Chicago.
at what age did you marry a Filipino woman?
It was 24. I lost my virginity at later, and I always wanted a black woman.
No,
But
what I'm saying is, how old were you when you married the Filipino woman?
I was about 28.
Okay,
I was
so
in the military.
got you. So you're saying before that 28-year-old, you hadn't come across any other black woman?
No, and you know what's crazy? I promise you, Captain Tazaryach, when I married my Filipino one, I came across black women, and I asked God, why did this happen to me? I would have happily married this black woman before I met this Filipino woman. And she treated me right, and it was just natural, and I didn't hear about the truth. You know, so it's like when you call me a liar, that's kind of like invalidating my experience, honestly.
No,
Because I
no.
wanted a black, I swear.
Let me tell you something. I wanted a black woman, and I
Come
was in.
on.
Listen, I've been in the military too. I've been in the military, been around white women, Asians, Africans, all that. And
You was blessed.
let me tell you something about women. Yes, there are women that love drug dealers, but there are also women that love nerds. There's black women that love
I
all.
didn't.
Yeah, brother. I would say you didn't search hard enough.
I, you know what? I agree. That's what I would agree at. I would agree. I didn't search
Yeah,
hard enough
because I'm gonna tell
because
you
it
why. Because
wasn't.
it's hard for me to believe that at 28 years old you could not find a black woman, especially in the military. There's black women all throughout the military.
Man, let me tell you though, in the
Mm,
military, a lot of black women are searching, and they like women too, and they be dating women. It's a lot of bisexual, bi-curious women in the military.
it's
Let
a
me
lot of
tell you,
bisexual women and
it's.
men. Period. It's a lot of gay people. Period. That still don't mean that
I'm
all
just
the.
saying.
That still don't mean that all the. You know, you coming across like you might maybe you was a square or something. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe you was timid.
I was. I was. I promise you, I was. It's the truth.
Mm.
I came like my cousins died, man.
And how long?
A
And
lot of my
How long you
cousins.
been? How long you been married? How long you been married?
I've been married since 2015 to a Filipino woman, and I wish I would have heard about this before we got married,
Okay,
but
so
I
now,
did it.
always remember this, right? And this is why, like, the title of this live stream is like Christians lie on the Bible all the time, right? So in ISBK, we don't lie on the Bible. So although you had a tragic upbringing where you could not meet a single black woman, which I told you I don't believe you, even though you have a Filipino woman today, that doesn't stop you from being in the truth. Like, that doesn't stop you from coming to class. That don't stop you from being an Israelite. It doesn't stop you from anything. The only person that cannot come to class or cannot come to a feast day is your woman, because she's not of our people. But if you was to come to our school and we find out, and, excuse me, and brothers know that you got a woman that's not an Israelite, nobody's going to condemn you for it or anything like that. So I'll free your mind in that regard. So you don't have to guilt yourself for something that you didn't know was a sin. Like in the book of Acts, I think it's Acts 17 or 18, and I'm paraphrasing, it says, there was a time when the Lord winked at our ignorance, but has now called us all to repentance. So he winked at, so the winking is like, we did a lot of things. Like, there's things I did that was wrong. There's things that we all did that was wrong. Once you find out what is
Captain.
wrong, you just don't do it again. You understand?
Right. And
Okay.
that's I
Uh-huh.
when I was going to Moody Bible Institute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always had a problem with Christianity. Like
Let me
my
just read this
biggest
verse.
portion.
Let me just read this verse. The verse I was referring to is Acts 17 and 30. It says, "At the times of this ignorance God winked at, but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent." So now you can repent. So let's say if you was to get a new woman, that new woman would be an Israelite. But you can go ahead now.
I always, when I was at Moody Bible Institute, which is one of the top Bible institutes, and you all are in, you all talk about these people. What's that guy's name? The weirdo. What's that weirdo's name with Genesis? With the Genesis Israelites.
I know you talk about.
Whoever his name is, I know their affiliation, like with the Christian rapper, Lecrae. They're all connected.
Okay, I don't know
Lecrae,
who's
he's
Lecrae. I don't know
he's
who that is.
Lecrae is a top Christian rapper amongst Christians everywhere, and he knows the white dude, the dude that converted Genesis Israelites.
Oh, Vocab
Whoever
Malone.
that dude weirdo is. Yeah,
The chief head priest at Genesis. You talk about Vocab Malone.
They're connected.
Mm.
That Christian rapper, he was yeah.
Are you saying that
So
wait, I want to follow you. So you saying that they is Genesis and they're connected to the rapper or something? What are you saying?
this guy Lecrae,
Uh-huh.
this white dude, the weirdo, he's connected to the theological conference that happens in Chicago.
Okay.
They do a conference in Chicago every year, and they're connected. All these people theologically is connected.
Okay.
So Lecrae, his name is Lecrae. But make a long story short, I don't consider myself, maybe I am. Maybe I'm a liar. I don't know. But I just know that if I would have known what I'm knowing today, back then, I wouldn't have married the woman today because of what I know, like because of the conviction, the doctrine. I know the doctrine between Christianity. I know the Christianity, the Trinity, all that. I know that. I know those doctrines. I was supposed to be a pastor, so I know they liars. And I wouldn't have married the woman I was with today. I would have married a black woman. But when I grew up in Chicago and then I moved to the suburbs, it just that wasn't my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be honest with you. Some black dudes, I'm telling you, certain people don't have the same experiences.
Okay. But brother,
you gotta understand this.
Hey brother, I just need you to rope me into what is the point that you trying to get to about yourself?
I'm not lying when it comes to my experience. I want to marry a black woman.
Talking about.
But them fucking black women.
Listen. We passed your experience. The black women didn't like you. We get all of that. But I'm
not gonna say they didn't like me.
Okay, but outside of that, like, what is it that you're calling about besides that? Like, what is the gist? Like, what are you either trying to ask, trying to learn?
What you heard about you being an Israelite early on in your life. I didn't hear about it until
until when? How old were you when you heard about it?
I didn't hear about it until I was 30.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait. You heard about it?
Pissed off.
Wait, hold on. You heard about it before me. I didn't hear about being an Israelite until I was 33. 32 or 33 is how old I was when I found out I was an Israelite. So you actually found out you found out you was an Israelite before me.
You was in New York.
I was watching videos online in New Jersey and found out found a video, and that's how I found out about it.
Okay, I guess I'll have a point with that then.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you gotta let that go. And if you are pissed, but here's why you should be pissed. No, there's a
I
reason
gotta
you
let
can be
it.
pissed.
Yeah.
Listen, just listen. There's a reason you can be pissed. You can be pissed that it took you so long to learn, and then be
Yes.
so pissed to make sure you stay in it. So then I always follow up with this. Are you still in the military?
No, I'm a veteran now.
Okay,
I'm
and
a veteran
where you live at now?
in a military neighborhood, and
No, but what city?
I'm
Like
a
what city and stuff? What city or state you in?
Great Lakes, Illinois.
Okay, so now what I could
So
do, here's how we'll find out. Okay, here's how we'll find out if you're really pissed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the number to call for Chicago. And then we'll see if you call this number, get in class, and join this body. Then I'll know if you're really pissed. If you don't call this number, if you don't get in class, you really ain't really pissed. You gonna be the same liar. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, you're gonna be the same liar. You're gonna be the same liar about loving black women. And we got witnesses, so now we gonna know if you legit or not. So are you ready to take? Are you ready to take the number?
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
Honest, genuine question.
Yeah.
As a brother who is coming in this world with no support, honestly. So what am I supposed to do when I don't celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving?
That's
and
why
my wife does.
That's why I'm giving you this number.
What? So do I divorce her? Like that's
no.
What do I do as a man when I'm immersed in my woman? She treats my girls. They are loved. They love their mom. They are loved. And the only downfall is they celebrate these pagan holidays.
So no problem. It's very
that's
easy.
The only thing. That's the only
thing.
Relax,
dude. Relax.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, ain't a big deal. So in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, right? I'm gonna show you this. This is 1 Corinthians.
I got tears in my eyes because.
Okay, let me just break it down for you, brother. I got you. So in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, I want to read this verse to you, then I'm gonna answer you. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 says, "They have no temptation taking you, but such as common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able." So a lot of us believe when we, like you just got finished saying that you pissed off because it took you to 30 to get in. Hold on 1 second. Caller, hold on. So you got pissed off because you didn't find the truth until you was 30. And then I was able to relax you because I told you, well, I didn't find the truth till I was 32, 33. You know what that showed you? That showed you that you ain't special because it took you to 30. Because you assume that I got into it earlier, which is not a bad assumption. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of us suffer from thinking that what we're going through is any different. That what we're going through is special. Like, nah, your problems ain't like mine because my problem is way worse than your problem. You ain't felt what I felt. You ain't done what I done. We all think like that until we tell our story. Until we listen, brother. You gotta listen. I need you to soak in what I'm saying. You understand? You called the right place. The reason why I read that scripture.
I don't know what to do because. Brother,
what you need to do is listen. So to answer that question, you do not have to divorce your wife. No, you do not. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to tell you how to deal with it because you're not the only one that has went through that. You're not. You're not the only brother or sister, for that matter, that has come into the truth. Their significant other is celebrating pagan holidays, and then they have to deal with it. You're not special, lot. What you're going through is what every brother or sister has been through that have served the Lord. That's why I read that verse. The verse says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, that they have no temptation you, but such as common to man." Your temptation, your fight is common. It's not uncommon. That's the first thing you got to understand. You hear what I'm saying now?
I do.
Okay. So now that you know that, then you got to say, well, damn, how did y'all deal with it? So I can give you two stories. There's a sister in the truth, Sister Kapatazar. She came into the truth around the time Passover. Her husband wanted to celebrate Easter. She go and decide, I'm keeping Passover. Her husband takes the food that she cooked for the Passover, threw the shit in the trash. She went and made the food again. Husband didn't throw it in the trash. She go to class. I call her husband. The first thing I tell her husband is, I said, listen, brother, first thing I want to let you know is that nobody is going to talk to your woman in a sexual manner. Nobody's going to try to holler at your woman. Your woman is just coming to class. He said, all right, I'll let her come to class. Her doing that won her husband into the truth. Husband came into the truth. Sons came into the truth. XYZ. Me personally, I came into the truth around this time. November 29th. What's the day? Oh, yesterday, 2009, November 29th, 2009. So yesterday, you could say, was the anniversary of me giving my life to Yahushua. Me giving my life to the Most High. So 2009 is 2025. That's what, 16 years? So 16 years to yesterday is when I gave my life to the Most High, because I started finding out I was an Israelite. And how I did it was I was telling my mother a dream. So y'all know I always got stories. So my story is I was telling my mother, so I had this dream the night of the 28th, morning of the 29th. This is my dream. I'm learning about being an Israelite. In my dream, I'm going to a house. When I walk into the house, even though it's my key, even though it's my door, even though it's my house, when I open up the door, it doesn't look like my house. So because it doesn't look like my house, I go to leave. I'm going to walk up to this train. As I'm going to walk up to this train station, this is a train station I've never seen before. As I'm going to walk up to this train station, at the top of the train station, it's an old man with black eyes. And he says to me, where you going? I said, I'm leaving because that's not my house. He said, no, that is your house. Go back home. I didn't understand what the dream meant. I'm with my mother. We're in Home Depot. As we're in Home Depot, I'm telling my mother about the dream. Now, my mother knows about me with the Israelite learning and all. She knows everything because I'm telling her, as I'm learning, I'm telling her about it. When I tell my mother the dream, my mother says, well, I think that dream means you need to stay doing what you're doing. So even though I call my mother a funky ass Christian, she said, when she said that, I said, this is when I give my life to the Most High. Now, as I'm going through the trials, because you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas coming up. I didn't want to celebrate Christmas at all. I didn't want to celebrate at all. Wait, hold on. Somebody's saying they can't hear. Can y'all hear me?
Likewise.
You know what I mean? So now, and now here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about. Okay, good. Here's the funny thing about me. See, I had a double whammy. Christmas is my mother's favorite holiday. And then my wife at the time she wants to celebrate Christmas. I'm saying we not celebrating Christmas. So what I was going through was my mother was buying stuff for Christmas saying my wife did it. My wife was buying stuff for Christmas saying my mother did it. I didn't celebrate Christmas at all. We didn't put a tree in the house. We didn't do nothing. Was it arguments about it? Yes. Did my family not like me? Yes. But I didn't celebrate Christmas. And the wife stayed. The children stayed. I told my daughter, so what I did for my daughter, here's what I did with my daughter. I told my daughter, I said, because it's so close to Christmas, and this is your first time, because she was 9, she was either 9 or 10 at the time. And so I said to her, because this is your first time, I said, I'm not going to celebrate Christmas, but what I will do is the day after, I will buy you a gift. I will buy you gifts. I said, but just understand going forward, I'm not celebrating it anymore. That was my way of easing my daughter into understanding we're not celebrating this no more. And so my daughter was cool with it. So that's kind of how I did it. So I'm saying all this to say to you, Don't celebrate the Christmas. Now, if your wife, whatever your wife chooses to do outside of you, you can't control that. You can control your house.
Exactly.
So
That's
you can control your house. In your house, you're not celebrating it. If she goes somewhere else and not celebrate it, I'm screaming and celebrate it, that's on her. But in your house, you do not have to celebrate it. You're gonna have to stand on it. Now, you ready for this number?
that's my that's my biggest issue. I got two daughters in my house that love Christmas, so yeah,
You're gonna have to teach
I'll
them
be
the
ready,
truth.
man. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. You're gonna have to teach. Do,
Man,
do they know?
I'm
Do
just
they do they
hoping,
know
man,
that?
that
Do they know
it's
that there's
over,
no?
man.
Do they know that there's no Santa Claus?
I told them that.
Yeah. So you got to tell them
Like
it's
I
no.
said,
You got to tell.
I'm in a bad situation, man. Like
Well, let me get what,
I don't
brother.
like this
What you
shit,
need,
man.
brother.
I don't
What you
like it.
need, brother.
I
Relax,
don't
brother.
know, man.
Brother. What you need is counsel, and what you need. I have a number to give to you to help you.
I'll take the number, but it's not as simple as A. We know it's not Michael Jackson. This ain't
Not
A B
not
C simple as
okay.
one two
So
three.
once again, I'm gonna read this. Let me give you this number first, and I want to read this verse. You
I
ready?
understand. I understand.
Wait,
I understand
brother.
where you're coming from,
No, I'm gonna read. I
Captain.
want,
I do. I
brother,
understand.
brother, brother. I want to read the verse to you, but I want to give you this number first. You ready?
All
You
right,
let me know when you're ready for the number.
I'm ready, man.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
it's 773-812-7281.
Okay.
You got it? 773-812-7281. Now, here's your test. Forget your wife, forget your daughters. And I'm telling you this from the Lord. Now I'm going to read this verse, right? Because here's how we'll know how serious you are or how serious you are not. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." We are going to know, and I'm saying we, me as the voice of the Most High, you as you're saying you're a servant of the Most High, and then the Most High Christ and the angels are bearing witness. We'll know how much you hate Christmas by if you call that phone number and get counsel and listen to the counsel. If you don't call that number, if you don't text that number, if you don't leave a voicemail with that number, and if you don't listen, then you don't really hate Christmas like you say. This is your test. Because when you come to serve the Lord, you have to be prepared for every temptation, every demon, every spirit, everything to get you. The battle is on. The battle's going to be between celebrating Christmas or obeying the Most High. And that's the battle. And you were sent to a place that gave you an angel. So you got to call that number. If you don't call that number, that's on you. But I've done my job. The Bible says in in Ezekiel, I think it's the 34th chapter, when it talks about the watchmen. This is what Ezekiel said. I want to give you another one. This is another verse, right? Give me 1 second. And I could have swore it was Ezekiel. Oh, is it Jeremiah? I thought it was Ezekiel. Hold on 1 second. Give
It's
me one.
easy. It's
Give me 1
it's
second.
easy to make excuses. It's easy to make excuses. I ain't even gonna make excuses or nothing. I'm just going.
Yeah, here we
I ain't
go.
even gonna say that.
No problem. So this is Ezekiel 33. And this is Ezekiel 33:2. It says, "Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land and blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not the warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he taketh the warning and delivereth his soul. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, then it's on them. So as the watchman, you came, I listened, I heard, and I gave you warning. Brother, you better call that number and get right. All right, brother?
All right.
All right, you take care. Lord be with you out.
All right.
Hopefully that brother calls the number. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters, like Christmas, like this is I don't think, like, I should say I don't think. For black people, this is about the most oppressive time for black people. And sometimes that brother said he was crying. So for a brother like Robert, you are a piece of shit to say he gonna cry in the car. You are an absolute piece of shit, Robert. When I hear a brother say he got tears coming down his eyes, and then I see y'all troll him in the chat, that let me know y'all can't be men of the Most High. Y'all can't be daughters of the Most High. Because some shit just ain't funny. It's not for us to determine if he's crying or not. The Most High will know if he's crying or not. And so for Robert to make fun and say he gonna cry in the car when this man is clearly in some type of issue or torment because he don't want to celebrate Christmas, but got a heathen wife and daughters that do, and y'all saying he gonna cry in the car. That is fucked up. Y'all wanted me to get off the phone with him. This is why sometimes I listen to y'all, sometimes I don't listen to y'all, because y'all don't have the proper discernment. You don't. I love the chat. I love when y'all put 10s and 12s, but if you ever wonder why I don't listen to y'all, if I would have listened to y'all, I would have dropped him off the line when he was talking about his wife. His wife wasn't the issue. You know what the issue was? His daughters and Christmas was the issue. And how does he deal with not celebrating Christmas? How could y'all not hear that? Because I heard it just fine. It was crystal clear in my ears. That's why I read the scriptures. At some point, y'all gotta wake the fuck up. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Is that me, Cap?
Yes, it is.
I just wanted to share something with you when you was talking about age.
Mm-hmm.
I am 63, and I started feeling different types of spirits in me when I was going to these churches at 50.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 10 years to find UPK, sir.
Most High
So
Christ.
age, okay, seeking, and we will find.
That's right.
Never gave up.
That's right.
I just want to share that with you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And if he's still listening, hopefully he can see age ain't got nothing to do with it. Thank the Most High that you was alive and breathing long enough to come into the truth. That's what we're supposed to do. So yeah, thank you, sis. I appreciate it.
Shalom, Lord in Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ, sis. Yeah, like y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all better work on y'all discernment with your trolling. And I'm a troll. Listen, I know how to clown people. You see, I stopped clowning him after the whole woman thing. Well, I wasn't even clowning when I called him a liar. I meant that. But when I could hear the pain in him, I stopped. Y'all gotta listen for that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Carmen. I'm calling from Maryland.
How you doing, sis? You got a question or comment?
Yes, you spoke to me. We spoke before you counseled me. It was like a few months ago of this year, and it was in reference to my husband not being in the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a holiday fell on that day, or it was somewhere near, because I was upset. And you counseled me on how to handle it and everything, and we're back at that again.
Because of Christmas?
This about Christmas, because we didn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
And so he literally...
Y'all didn't celebrate Thanksgiving?
We didn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
That's good.
It's good, but it was the after effect because his kids, he was in a previous marriage, so his kids flew down to the mother's house to celebrate Thanksgiving, and his family is highly into Christianity, and his mother has like a stronghold on him. So he said this year he's going to put up a Christmas tree. He's not doing this no more. You know, he don't believe in all that. Like, I just feel, to be honest, I feel.
So he doing Christmas this year because of his family?
Yeah, he wants to. The thing is, I think he wants to put up a Christmas tree because he has two kids, but they're older
How
than
old are the
his. They're
kids?
21. They're 21 and 25, and I think it's ridiculous. And look. To be
Wait,
honest,
okay. So here's what I would suggest, right? Because you have my number,
oh,
obviously. Ask him if he would have counsel, you, him, and I over Christmas.
okay,
Just ask him. Just say,
okay,
hey, would you talk to this Israelite brother? I've gotten advice from him before. He's asking to talk to you about Christmas. The
yeah.
kids have nothing to do with it. It's his mama. It's not the kids at all.
I know
It's the
it is
mama
his mother,
and it's the family. And you got about 20 something days, before you got to celebrate it. And so maybe if he
but it
calls
is the.
and gets, okay, what you was gonna say?
I'm sorry, but it is the kids too. But the ringleader is the mother because one time he came upstairs. He hadn't when they got laid off from the government, and his family calls him for money, and he mentioned to me that he felt some type of way because his family didn't call him. Just to see how he was doing. They can call him for money to go gamble and stuff.
Was his mama
So
one of
his
the
mom,
ones that called him too?
they did not call him, but
Okay.
then she called him. I think the word got back to his mother through the sister that how he felt about it. She called and flipped it on him, and he came upstairs and he came upstairs away from my daughter because he was talking to his mother. His mother had him in tears. He was crying. So I know that my husband deals with some type of trauma
Right, and that's why I
because
want
his
to get the
mother has a
counsel.
stronghold.
Right.
I
And
can't,
does he
I
have his
can't,
father in his life?
no, because no, his father died, passed
Okay.
away a couple of
Yeah,
years
so
ago.
that's why I said, like, I know, of course, you know him better than I do. The reason why I say the mama
Yeah,
is just on what you just said. If his mama can make him as a grown man and put guilt and stuff like that on him, there's some trauma, there's some attachment, there's some break that he needs to be freed from so that he can just not celebrate this holiday. And his mama knows how to guilt him. You just made a
yeah,
point to say she flipped it on him. She knows, because she knows her son, she knows what to guilt trip him with. She knows what to say to manipulate him, to destroy him, because she still sees him as the young kid that she can manipulate since he was a kid. She don't see him as a
and
grown
that's
man.
that's exactly how he was acting when he
Mm-hmm.
was crying. It took him. Because they say that if we have some type of trauma, it'll take us back to that age, and that's
Exactly. That's why you
with.
heard me say that. It takes you right back to that
Hmm.
age because you
And
haven't
another thing,
gotten over it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and he did listen to me when I said, you know what? I said somehow I just sat there and she talked about me too, like a dog. I have never done anything. What it is that she don't like that she cannot control me with
Yeah,
the
you would be
holidays.
well, she don't like that she can't control you, period. And so
Yeah.
so you have the type of mother that she is that she's fine with you being the wife as long as you know she's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Because she done turned her son into her boyfriend. That's the
Yeah.
relationship that they have. And so when you got him to not celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, you the enemy. You public enemy number one. And so now she has to cause a rift between y'all two. That's why she's talking to you. So where he just needs to be taught. And I actually if you play him, so I did a live show. I'm actually going to make a video. I have the clip made. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to upload the video and I'm going to text it to you. And I want you to have him
Okay.
watch it. And what it's
Okay.
about is, yesterday I was doing a live and I was like, who sits in the front seat? The mother.
I saw that. I saw that
Oh, you
live,
saw
and I
that,
love.
right? Okay,
That's. I
okay,
saw
okay.
it. Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
Caller, hold on. And so I want you to play that for him, and I want you to
mm-hmm.
tell him this is the man that's requesting to give you some counsel on how to deal with your mom. And because that's the type of mother she is. The type of mother she is, she wants to sit front, she wants to control him, she wants to do all of this, and then she'll say something like, it's just one day. You telling me she gotta control your every day? You can't just have this one day with your family, with this. I know how they're gonna talk. So well, what
Mm-hmm.
my advice would be is to let him know that I want to do the counsel. You can text me back, tell me if he wants to have the counsel or not, and then we could just schedule
Okay.
the counsel, and then I'll help you that way. But what I will say is the difference between there's hope with him because you got him to not celebrate it. So he's not bad. He just needs to know how to stand up to his mother. That's all. And when I say stand up, not in a bad way, like he got to curse her out or nothing like that, but just be able to stand on his beliefs. He knows he don't want to celebrate it. He's only celebrating it because he believes I have to do this for mama. And he needs to know he don't have to do that for mama. That's all.
But it's a two-part thing because he has the influence of his children and the ex-wife.
Right, but I'm gonna tell you, if he could stand up to his mama, he could stand up to his mama is the key. It's like if you can defeat one thing, if you can get over this one hurdle, then everything else is just a hurdle. So you're right, the kids are a hurdle, the baby mama is a hurdle, but the biggest hurdle is his mama. Because even if he was to beat the kids and the baby mama, shit, they gonna call his mama. And they gonna get his mama on him. And once his mama comes, that's like, you ever play video games and you be Street Fighter, you done defeated everybody, but then you gotta fight Bison. And you could have beat everybody on the game, but when you fight the master, once you lose to the master, you lost the whole game. Well, the mama is Bison, the mama is Shang Tsung, the mama is Donald Trump, the mama is who you gotta beat. And if he can beat her, and because that's the free of the trauma. And once he can beat her, he can beat everything.
Yeah.
So that's my advice, sis. If you have him do that, and if he's willing to do that, we can do it today or we can do it tomorrow. You just let me know what he says.
Okay.
All right, sis?
All right.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Next caller says Ray on my phone.
Shalom up.
Shalom, you got a question or comment?
I got a comment and a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say thank you for
before you do that, just a brief reminder to my lovely chat. If y'all can go ahead and thumb up the video, we got 347 people. We got 155 likes, and we get them likes up to about 250. Also, I currently have a 50% off sale. My favorite scent for the fellas right now. It's called Sincere, the platinum one. Sincere Platinum. Whew. When I tell y'all, whoo, this joint is fire. I'm actually about to make a Sincere Iridium. It's either going to be Sincere Iridium or Sincere Palladium, because those are metals. So gold is a metal, platinum is a metal. Palladium and Iridium are higher than platinum. But this 50% off sale. Take advantage. All right, brother. Good. You said you had a question and a comment?
Yeah, that palladium and iridium, that's exotic metals.
Yeah, that's why this oil that I'm about to make gonna be exotic too, nigga. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, son.
I wanted to comment and commend you on your classes, because I sent them to all my children.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate
some of
that.
some of them listen, some of them don't,
Mm-hmm.
But I did have a question about when you had that class this last week about Jacob being a smooth man.
A smooth man?
Yes, it was pertaining to Genesis 27 and 11.
Let me go to it so I can see what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. If you want, I could read it. I could find it for you.
No, y'all have the app, right? I have my Bible app with me, so I could do it. Don't worry about it, brother. I appreciate that offer, though. So we're going to go. You said Genesis 27 and 11?
Yeah, I believe that's what it is when he's talking to his mom.
Okay, so Genesis 27 and 11. Oh, yeah, it says, Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I'm a smooth man. What's your question about it?
Yeah, I was wondering if that's just like a sharp contrast about, like, because Esau's a red and hairy, and so
like we ain't known, like, most black men, like if I lift my arm up right now on the live, you don't see a bunch of hair on it. You know what I mean? I got smooth, fly, soft skin and shit. You know what I mean? Fly nigga. Whereas you take that white man and show his hand, that shit full of fucking hair and meat. That's why he shaved all his shit off, because he hairy. That's what it's saying. It is in contrast. You're correct with that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I was just curious about that because I made a mistake of not providing the scripture that night.
Okay, Khan. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. No, that's it. I got a bunch of them, but I don't have them right now.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you do, just call back.
Yes, sir. You got it.
All right, no sweat. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
All
Yeah.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, smooth, brother. Smooth. You know what I mean? Smooth with the skin. You know what I mean? Smooth. Cap is very nice today. I'm nice every day, man. I'm always nice. The last time I cut somebody out was that stupid dude Shabar when I said shut your bitch ass up or some shit like that. Captain Carr. I don't know what that means. But I am about to go. But I do appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Today was a pretty good impromptu live. Do I have family in London? Yes. Karash. I have a ton of family in London. It's called the ISUBK in Europe. I have a bunch of them. Yes. Shamgar, Karash. I can't remember all the brothers' name. Please forgive me. But yes, I got family. It's called the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. All right. But I do appreciate y'all rocking with me. Don't forget Dum Gabar. Shout out to Nakawan, Dum Gabar. Those my brothers and sisters out there on in the UK. One day I'll get to go out there, Lord allow, but that's my family. If you want to know if I got brothers and sisters out there, that's who I got out there. Don't forget I got a 50% off sale. But I'm serious about coming with probably 2 more scents in the Sincere. So the Sincere is going to be 4 oils in the Sincere line: gold, platinum, palladium, iridium. So I'm working on palladium and iridium now. Those are going to be the 4. Maybe I'll get a 4 for women, but women, y'all got to help me. You know what I need? I need a woman. I need a girl to... I don't even want to sing that song. I need a woman that can be... Here's what I'm looking for. This is real shit. I'm looking for a female spokesperson for Carl Gas Creations. I came up with this morning talking to my rib. I'm talking to her. I said to her, the fellas buy my oils. Like, women buy my oils, but more so after they smell it. As opposed to brothers will buy my oils even if they hadn't smelled it. And I think I know why. The reason why is because, of course, as a man, if I'm saying it smell good, men can relate because I'm a man. When I tell women that the oil smells good, the women be like, okay, Cap be on point, but we don't know because Cap ain't a woman. So I'm looking for a female spokesperson for Carl Gas Creations. This is what it entails. It entails me sending you oils, but then you have to make a post. So you got to kind of be like a woman that would make a post. You got to be a woman that will make a post and talk about the oil. We can work out if you want a percentage off of oils. If you want to get paid for them, I would pay you. Now, remember, I ain't the richest nigga on the planet, but I would pay you or give you free, either pay you by giving you free body butters, oils, hair cracks, or pay you financially. Either way, but I need a female to be able to do that for me. So you got to be a female that doesn't mind posting. You got to be a female that don't mind making a video. You ain't even got to be in the video, but you make a video. However you would want to promote. But I am looking for a female. All right, you can contact me on the phone. You can contact me on Instagram, TikTok, wherever the case may be. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, guys? This is James from Florida. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on? You got a question or comment?
Yes, sir. I got a question. All right. What is the destroyer in Exodus 12:23?
Exodus 12 and 23, that's the death angel.
Death angel, okay.
Yeah. So Exodus 12 and 23 says, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come unto your house. So that's the death angel. That's the angel that went through and destroyed. That's what that is.
Right, so that was like physical, physically paint in and wipe them all out, right?
That's correct. That's right.
Okay. All right.
Put him to
Thank you.
death.
No doubt. All right. And in the next verse in 24, and it says, "You shall observe this and observe this thing for ordinance to be in thy son forever." Do you guys still do that? Put the blood on the door lintel?
We keep the Passover. At our Passover, we do put blood on the door, on the entrance to the Passover. We still do that.
Oh, but not to your homes and
No,
whatnot.
not to the homes. No.
Okay. Uh, one more question, if I may.
Yep.
In Genesis 7:11, um, when Moses did the thing with the serpent,
You talk about Exodus
and
7:11.
Exodus, sorry,
No
yeah.
problem.
When did those sorcerers and magicians get their power to turn
From
their rods into?
the same power Moses did.
So God gave them that power to do that.
Absolutely. That's when the Lord said, "I will harden their hearts." When Moses does
Right.
that, and then they do it, does that make Pharaoh believe Moses, or does that make Pharaoh believe that his people is just as good as Moses?
Believe that his people are.
That's right. That's right. So when the Lord sent, I'll give you a physical one.
So the Lord allowed that in order for Pharaoh to believe that.
Exactly. Yep. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you an example. And I want you to go to 1 Kings 22 and 22. I'm gonna start at 1 Kings 22 and 19. Let me know when you get there.
I'm with you.
All right, good. It says, in the Lord, 1 Kings 22 and 19, it says, and he said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna start at 19. It says, and he said, "Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Most High sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and the other said on that manner." So what you're seeing now is a council in heaven. You have the host of heaven on the right, host of heaven on the left. And the Lord, and it says, and there came forth a spirit. And so what you're seeing is a council. The Lord is having a council in heaven over who's going to make King Ahab fall. He wants Ahab to be destroyed. So he's asking the council, how are we going to make him get destroyed? Verse 21 says, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, go forth and do so. Verse 23. Now therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lion spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. The lion spirit was a host in heaven. And he said he's going to be the one to go and make him fall. The Lord sent him to make him fall. That's the workings of the Most High. So when it says, I'm a harden Pharaoh's heart, the Lord had a council up in heaven. Now, this is all hypothesis based on this scripture. I don't want nobody to think this is what is in the Bible. But you can surmise that when he's hardening his heart, that's how he's hardening his heart. So every time Moses would do something, Pharaoh is convinced that that's not going to stop me from letting you go serve your God. So that's how things work.
100%. Okay. No, I was just reading it. I was like, ain't no other God that's going to give them power.
No.
How did they get that done? Okay. Oh, man, I got a million questions. I'll catch you tomorrow, brother.
All right, no sweat, brother. You take care.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Been another beautiful Car Chronicles. Apparently, I was nice with the Car Chronicles this year. This live stream. Until next I think it's connected. Let me see. So until next time, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathum, Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.